demand, and I appreciate everybody for being here when they do come through. I appreciate everybody that's gonna be watching the replay of this live. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and I believe we have something new here. I think we're on X too. But we are live. We are live. Yeah, we all over the place today.
Okay.
We're all over the place today. We enjoying it. It is going to be a replay on Spotify if you guys want to listen to it on your way home, on your way to work, on your free time. We'll be on Spotify. We'll be on Apple Podcasts. So all the good things, right, in regards to this. And this is not a new face. You guys seen her before. Okay. She did request to come back, which I appreciate. Okay. I always appreciate when people request to come back. That means the conversation went well. Like that's how I think about it. If you
hmm
requested to come back, that means the conversation went well. It was a good experience. So I do appreciate you wanting to come back. All right. So I'll let you introduce yourself once again. So go right ahead.
Hello, people. I am Victoria, aka Tori, for many of y'all that know me.
Appreciate it. So what made you want to come back? Like that's I think that's a really good question to ask because a lot of people when they're like, "Oh, we seen the first, we seen the first video that you guys did, this first stream that you guys did. It was a good conversation." And I feel like you guys touched on a lot of things, right?
hmm
When we touched on a lot of things.
hmm
So, what made you want to come back this time around?
trying to get more comfortable with these podcasts. Everybody keeps. I know it's funny. I notice everybody keeps telling me to start my own,
Yeah,
so I have to get more comfortable speaking on camera.
I like it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So the topic today, right? And I kind
hmm
of just I think because of the conversations that we've had in the last couple of weeks, life in the process kind of really matches the conversations that we've been having as of recent,
hmm
right? Because I think you're in a transition that has you questioning a lot of people in your life in a sense, right?
Tell
I'm
me
I'm
about it.
I'm sure like reading the book also kind of prepared you for that process as well
I
as
love you. I
yeah,
actually, I actually gave it to somebody. They're reading it right now.
really, I love that.
hmm
Thank you. Thank you. Listen,
hmm
they gon' we all need it at this point. At this point, we
Yeah.
all need to
It makes
grab
you
that shit.
critical think about stuff. Like, sometimes you don't think so deeply into things until you read something. You're like, dang, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Listen, we talked about it earlier, the last stream that we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the book earlier. Give them a little snippet of what the book, intel of what the book was for chapter 3, The Smoking
Mm-hmm.
Eagle. So everybody read it. There, when I read it, everybody was like, "Oh, I need to grab the book. Go grab it, guys." It's called The Mirror Labyrinth. It is available on Amazon, and I promise you, I'm not breaking your pockets. The information in there, top tier,
It's a
top
good read.
tier.
Read it. Buy it.
I promise you, I'm not. It's not anything that I'm just saying to just because I like it. What's going on, Cody? Just because I like it and I wrote it, that's not why I'm telling you to buy the book. The book hurts my feelings. Let's put it that way. Okay, when I wrote the book and I was reading the book and I was reading through it, I'm just like, damn, hurt my own feelings. Listen, like reading some of the things that's in my book, like because I had to, rehash some things, right, in regards to that. So when we talk about life in the process, right,
hmm
especially within your journey,
hmm
right, from the conversations that we had prior, right, to kind of you just kind of starting on your journey and trying to figure out things, right? Where
hmm
are you now, like in regards to
Um,
this?
I'm still growing, still figuring things out. Still making mistakes. I'm human because nobody's perfect.
Right.
But I call it, like you said, transforming. Appreciating where I am now because I feel like we're so in a rush to get to the future, and then you realize time is just zooming by. You're
Right,
not
right,
enjoying it. All you're doing is working, paying bills. You're like, I need to go outside. I haven't been outside in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to work. It's dark. I come out. It's dark. I need some vitamin D.
right. You
you
need
know?
you just need that transit. Like we talked about that too earlier about
Yeah.
men working, 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 and not taking some time for themselves. Like
Yeah.
always working, always moving, always on the run. But
Right.
but when they sit down to like relax, they don't know how to.
Yeah. Y'all do have a hard time with that. But it's like I guess it's the man in you. You feel like you have to be doing something all the time. You
True. I
know?
mean, we've also been conditioned to do that as well,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
on 24/7 and not being able to relax.
hmm
So for you, right? For you, because we
Mhm.
kind of mentioned going to work is dark, coming home is dark. Where does that what's going on, Julian? Welcome in. What is that isolation level? Where are you with isolation in regards to like your
I
process?
could say I'm getting better with it now. It's just sometimes I'm too isolated, like
Okay.
a little too much. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, girl, you gotta hang with somebody. You can't go out, be isolated for 6 months in a row. You know what I mean? You gotta try. Cause me, like, I'm still working on myself. I don't like a lot of noise.
Yeah.
I get irritated too fast because people are a little out there, and it's like I'm so quiet. So it's like when you're loud, I just be like, ugh, all right, I
So
gotta,
now
I gotta do better with that.
in regards to your isolation, right? Because
Hmm.
we've talked about that before. When isolating without putting any work in is kind of backwards.
Right.
When you're isolating yourself, because there's one thing to isolate yourself and not put in the work, and there's
Hmm.
another thing to isolate yourself, but you're trying to grow.
Yes.
Right? You're trying to remove yourself from the noise, from the chaos, from the
Hmm.
negativity, from the things that are not productive, right? You
Hmm.
isolate yourself from these things so that way you can focus on things to make you a better person, right?
Hmm.
So, do you feel like you're in the middle or do you feel like you're a one or the other?
I'm. I can say I'm in the middle now.
Okay.
Before I was not. I was too isolated. I was kind of standoffish. Like I would
Okay.
walk around with my big headphones just so people don't talk to me. Like that's just way too isolated. It's like, all
I
right,
could
girl.
I could understand that. I could
Yeah.
understand that. I
Yeah.
think that's one of the things that really that separates in the progress, in the
Hmm.
transition, putting in
Hmm.
the work versus, "Oh, I'm isolating myself because I don't wanna be around anybody." Right? You're not isolating to putting in the work, you're isolating for to make excuses,
Yeah.
to give yourself an excuse to not be around individuals. So
Hmm.
there's that level of isolation, and then there's the other level of isolation. It's just like, if you're in the middle, that means you've regulated the 2, right? So there's
Hmm.
days that you don't wanna be around people, and then there's days you're isolating because you're working on something that
Yeah.
you feel like you need to work on.
Right.
Um,
So it
now
depends on who you're around. I think that's what it is.
that
Because
too.
like I can get around one person, I'm like, dang, I get really anxious around you. I don't think I should be around you. But then when I get around another friend, I'm like, yo, I miss you. Like I feel like a little kid around you. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't feel
Yeah.
that with everybody.
I mean, so that can be another thing too, right? That's where your level of discernment comes into play.
Yeah.
In regards to that, like, you have to, I guess it's just you're regulating your energy, right?
Yeah.
In regards to that, because it's like there is some individuals that can get you to feel uncomfortable
Hmm.
within yourself, right? Or like just not wanting to be around them. Like their energy just makes you feel weird, feel awkward, and you
Yeah.
have to just move out the way, right? Now, that is not an easy thing to do, people. Okay, because
Yeah.
you have some level of gaslighting that comes in that process, not
Yeah.
from you, but from the other person, especially if you're trying to be better, right?
Hmm.
You have individuals that will gaslight you just because you're trying to do better for yourself. In regards to that, I think we briefly touched on that. Like,
Yes. And
we
also
briefly,
you were talking about isolation and loneliness, like
yeah,
between the two.
yeah,
So isolation's a physical thing. Loneliness is an emotional thing.
right,
Think
right,
about it. Loneliness, you can have kids, a man, and be around people, still be lonely.
and still be lonely,
You know what I mean?
right?
That's a within thing. You got to work on your own loneliness because no one's going to help you with that.
No, you're right.
But isolation is when you're just away from people physically, but you got to be isolated for a good reason.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
agreed. So now that you've been doing this for a while, right? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? That you've been doing this. It's been a minute, right? We talked about boundaries last time,
Hmm.
right? We spoke about it, and like, I think you had a better understanding of what boundaries looked like at the time.
Yes.
Um, Now, where you are now, what does your
Hmm.
boundaries look like? Is your boundaries healthy or is it avoidant?
It's a little bit of both. I still have trouble expressing myself because, when I talk, I tend to be called aggressive a lot. So it's like, it's hard to talk to people that are very sensitive about everything. It's like, okay, I could say it in a very soft way. I don't cuss, I don't yell, but you still saying I'm being aggressive and I'm being judgmental. So it's like, it's hard for me to talk to certain people about certain things. I'm still working on my communication. Even though people like keep it real with me, girl, and I do, and then now it's like, oh my god, you think you're better than me? Okay,
But
you
we,
gotta
but we
you gotta learn how to take constructive criticism if you want someone to tell you the truth.
but we've also learned, right, that we can't control how people take
Yeah,
the information and react, right?
and you know how it's
Because
funny how you say that. Sorry to interrupt you, but I
yeah,
think that's a small trauma response for me.
yeah.
You know, because dealing with my mother, every time I would tell her stuff, she'll lash out at me. So I got used to black women doing that a lot. So it's
Mhm.
like, how are we supposed to talk to each other if you're always getting upset the moment I come to you about something?
That's facts.
Yeah. So it's like, that's
I
draining
can't
as hell.
I can't disagree with you on that. I can't disagree with you on that. I know there's a lot of us in the black community that deal with that, right? Especially
It's
when it comes
funny
to our
how
parents.
it's funny how you say that. Like, you know, for example, women will tell, like, say they're with their man, and like, oh, you can tell me anything. I need to know the truth. They tell you, you're lashing out, you're calling them names, you're going crazy. It's like a person can't talk to someone like that.
So you can't really have a conversation with a person that's reactive to
Everything.
everything, right? Sometimes sitting there and listening and being silent is probably the most powerful thing that you can do.
Right. And you know, I don't be wanting to hurt the people I care about and love because you know, I don't want to be mean. So I kind of get quiet. Like it's like, you know what? Maybe you need to be by yourself for a minute. You know, no
What are
matter what I say, no matter what boundaries I set, no matter how much I did communicate assertively, you don't listen to me. But when I get quiet, now you can hear me. You know
but
what I'm
it
saying?
but it's now it's but that's up to you to, well, you can't really stop that either, right? You
Yeah.
can't choose to isolate yourself because somebody else is not, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not receptive to how
Right.
you're feeling, right?
Right.
Regardless if it's family, friends, a relationship or whatever, you
Mm-hmm.
still have to be able to be your authentic self,
Right.
right? And however they respond to it is not your responsibility to handle,
That's true.
right? No matter if you put it in a more of a softer tone or you put it in more of a tough love tone, however they regardless if you how you do it, they're gonna respond how they want to respond anyway, right?
True.
Because there's a level of codependency and attachment to you, and
Mm-hmm.
because you're not giving them what they need, no matter how you respond to it, they're gonna have a response that you probably won't like, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're giving you the only the response that they know to give.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And that's where things get difficult because it's like they don't know any better. Shirley, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. They don't know any better. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They really don't know any better. So now you're just like, greetings, everybody. Welcome in, guys. So it's just like they don't really know any better. You know what I'm saying? So they're responding how they know how to respond. Not I'm not making excuses for them, but we just got to be honest about that, right?
Yeah.
You're in a different state. They are in the mental aspect, in the emotional aspect, right? You're putting in the work. So you see things differently than they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's why you're able to be able to articulate yourself a little bit better, right? You're able to manage your emotions a bit better. You're able to manage your, you know what I'm saying, your the way that you communicate. It's completely different than how they do it. They're not used to this version of you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're used to the other version where they can just say whatever they want, and then you just completely shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not
You're
gonna and this is what I keep telling y'all, is like when you're in this process, when you're in your healing journey, when you're actually starting to see things differently, you're gonna start viewing people around you very differently.
yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna view them very differently. It's not gonna be the same the way that you looked at them prior to you actually putting in this work and going
Mm-hmm.
through the process of shadow working and going through the process of coaching and therapy and
Right.
getting the self-help books that you need in order to elevate, right? It's completely different. Like the whole process is different. And whether they are receptive to it or not is not your responsibility to handle.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So whether they give you that, oh, you're giving me an attitude because da 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 da. I'm not giving you an attitude. I'm vocalizing my boundaries, and you're disrespecting my boundaries. I'm giving it to you in a tone that makes you know that I'm not playing.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like whether you take it the way that you take it that's between you, yourself, and God. That has nothing to do with me. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
letting you know what you're doing is bothering me. It's disrespecting me, and I don't like it. However, whatever emotions they have after you do that has nothing to do with you. And that's the mindset that you have to have, right?
Hmm.
Because if you don't, then you're going to start to question yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have to do that. And like you said, you got silent because you felt like you vocalizing yourself, but they're not listening. Cool.
Yeah.
Don't let them listen. They don't have to listen. You said what you needed to say. Walk away. That's it.
Hmm.
That's it. Just walk away. Because after that, it has the responsibility after that has nothing to do with you. You've already vocalized everything.
Right.
You did what you had to do. Right. That's the part that people they struggle with a little bit, right? It's kind of like
Hmm.
saying the word no, right? You know what I'm saying? If you don't really stand on your no, people like to play with you, right? They will try to
Hmm.
manipulate your
Hmm.
response after the fact. But if you're confident in the no that you gave them, then you have nothing else to explain. Simple. No, I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm not comfortable. I'm good. Don't want nothing to do with it.
Hmm.
Walk away. Don't give them even the opportunity to ask why. Just keep it moving. Let them figure the rest of that out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let them figure it out. That's between them and God. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I want to ask you a question,
Hmm.
right? Um, why do you think people try to skip the process of healing, growth, and accountability?
Oh, that's easy. It's uncomfortable. No, when you feel safe, it's like, and then you go to unsafe. You're like, oh, I don't like this. I feel sick. I got to go back to what's common to me.
What's
You know what
used
I'm
to?
saying?
Get
What you're
used
used to. So
Mm,
it's like we sit and it makes us stagnant because we're so scared to take that leap or that next step because we know it involves change.
absolutely. And you know what's crazy? Because obviously accountability is such a buzzword,
Hmm.
right? We hear it everywhere. Like
Oh yeah.
everybody needs to take accountability. Everybody needs to take accountability. Accountability this, accountability that. Yeah, we hear it a lot. We hear it all over social media, right? Everybody's talking about accountability. But nobody really gives the breakdown of why accountability doesn't work for a lot of people, right?
Hmm.
People go on an apology tour when it comes to accountability. No change, no progress, no change of behavior, no change
Hmm.
of attitude, no change of actions, no change of movement. It's just apologies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll do better. My apologies. I didn't mean to do that. But that you do it again. I'm sorry. I know I did it to you last time. I promise you I won't do it again. But you do it again. Like, 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 you know what
It's
I'm
like a
saying?
bad habit that you fall into because you don't know how
Yeah,
to change it.
yeah, you just keep doing the same thing. Like you don't learn the lesson behind any of this, right? You're not
Yeah.
learning the lesson behind any of your mistakes. You're just
Hmm.
kind of just repeating the same cycle over and over and over and over again. No
Right.
change behavior, no change habits.
Right. And we tend to like always point the finger, at everybody, but it's like, honey, sometimes you got to really look at yourself. I think people have a hard time self-reflecting.
Oh,
Like you wait till someone tells you about yourself for you to get it together. No, sit in the mirror and say, you know what? I got to get my attitude together. I've been bitchy all week. I've been real aggressive. Let me fix myself. You
I,
know what
I
I'm
gotta
saying?
I gotta check myself real quick because
Yeah.
it has to be something has to be off, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
like one thing I've noticed, right? And this is not just in person. This is all over social media. This is just all of it, right? People don't realize that they are the common denominator to a lot of the shit that goes on in their life, right? Whether you've caused it, whether you played a part in it, whether it happened to you, right?
Hmm.
Still your responsibility to deal with
Yep.
because you are the common denominator to all of it. Period, point blank. Now, if people would change their mind frame and recognize that, there would be no blaming anybody. There would
Right.
be no blaming the ex-boyfriend. There would not be blaming the mother. There's no blaming your friends. You're not blaming anybody because you've recognized that out of everything that's going on in my life, right? All the people that have hurt me, all the things that I've allowed, the red flags that I've ignored, the behaviors that I've allowed, the habits that I've obtained,
Mhm.
because of the people that I've been around, the habits that I've created myself because of whatever situation that I'm going through, because I've chose not to heal. Or
Mhm.
the common denominator to all of this.
Mhm.
Now, it's not to sit there and blame yourself for the things that you've been through, but it's just a level of awareness that you have to have. And we tend to not we tend to ignore these things. D Town, right? She said everything begins with self. Boom.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. You know what I'm saying? And we've all and I know we're having this conversation. But the reason why me and her can have this conversation is because I've been through this process already. I
Mhm.
went through this process already. That's the reason why I even have these type of shows and streams, because I want people to be able to showcase the work that they've done,
Mhm.
right? And I want people to be recognized for the work that they've put in. Instead of, them going through this process and not being able to educate people on, where they've been and how they've gotten here. I want everybody to be
Mhm.
able to see, like, the work can be done. It's very much possible, but you have to put in your better footing in regards to these things. So, like, and I'm glad that you mentioned the loneliness part, because then I don't have to ask the question, the difference between isolation and loneliness. You kind of just threw that in there. You just kind of alley oop that in there like that. So I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
That's what that looks like when somebody actually put in the work. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Like they just kind of just throw stuff in there. Like, it was like boom. I didn't even have to ask her that. Like, it was just like, all right, I like
Mhm.
that. That was smooth. That was smooth, because I'm sure that's probably one of the questions I was gonna ask you.
Mhm.
You caught me there. You caught me there. I'm not gonna lie. A little flustered a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I got a question for you. I got a question for
Yeah.
you. How do you define discernment in your life?
Hmm. How do I find it? I guess listening more, responding less. 'Cause I feel like we so reactive. It's like, let me sit with myself longer.
Mm,
Knowing when to move, knowing when to wait. Because I feel like we would like to rush a lot of things. Could be like instant gratification. Wisdom, like serving what is right is, and doing the right thing, even though it's a little hard and challenging.
right.
Yeah. Protecting your peace and direction in life, not letting anybody get in the way of that, no matter what goes on, no matter how many downfalls you have, you just keep on going no matter what.
Right.
It's pretty
I
much
think
it.
you know what I'm always curious about, because I actually spoke about this earlier. What is what does the silence look like to you
What does silence look like to me?
in this process of healing, right? And I don't want to
Mhm.
explain it, because if I explain it, then you'll be able to give me the answer. I want you to think about that for a second,
What does
right? What does silence look like to you in this process of healing?
silence? I guess it feels safer to be quiet than to be loud. I don't know.
I like that answer.
You know,
I like
um,
that answer.
and that's why I feel like that's me. Like I've noticed being quiet isn't always the best thing because I feel like it's like here comes all the loud people. I'm the quiet one in the corner, so you want to come bother me. You know what I mean? But I gotta get used to have a little balance. Sometimes I'm too quiet, so
So,
silence is good to a certain extent.
hey, Mari, I see you. So, I'm gonna ask you. The reason why I asked you that, because I'm gonna throw you a curveball, right?
Oh,
Now, for everybody watching, right? I'm sure somebody's gonna catch just the moment that I say it. Okay.
mhm,
There's oftentimes that when people have a tendency to not do the work, right?
mhm.
The silence become a lot louder than the noise,
Oh yeah,
right?
yes.
Because when you sit with yourself long enough, you have to realize that all the things that you choose to ignore, all the things you choose not to work on, have a tendency to attack you at the same time.
Mhm,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why a lot of people do not like to isolate or sit with themselves, because
mhm.
then they have to tackle the things that they're struggling with.
Yeah, we find the distractions so we're not thinking. We want to go do stuff, but it's like, are you really dealing with your problems or are you avoiding them?
Most likely avoiding, right? Because the silence will teach you more about yourself than you being loud and you having to be in a space with people, right? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's easier to distract yourself when you're surrounded by a whole bunch of people. But when there's nobody around, right? There's nobody around. It's just you. And you
Yep.
have to sit with yourself. A lot of the things that you struggle with, the things that you choose not to heal from, will attack you in real time,
Hmm.
right? It take like, for example, I'll give you a great example, right? Take a look at the Pandora's box, right? If you know the story about Pandora's box, the mythological story of Pandora's box, what's under Pandora's box is hope, right? That's what's in the box. But
I remember.
what's in the box on top of hope is a whole bunch of shit that you just don't want to deal with. Don't want to deal with it, right? All the traumas, the triggers, the things that you've been through in your life, all of these things, right? It's in this box. It's just sitting on top of everything that you want out of the healing process, right? You want the peace, you want the hope, you want the good energy, you want the level of capacity, you want the overflow to help everybody that's around you. You want all of these things, but yet you refuse to put in the work.
Hmm.
So you want all of these good things just handed to you on a silver platter, but you're not willing to put in the work to get to this space in your life.
Right.
You
That's like
get
saying
what I'm
the same thing every year. Like, I want to do this, and you don't do it. It's
right?
like, you done this
You
shit?
know what I'm
No.
saying?
I was like, well,
No,
5 years went by. What we doing? No
exactly.
progress.
No progress, no nothing. It's just like you're just kind of expecting these things to kind of happen, like these blessings to come to you, and you're not doing anything in regards to these blessings. You're just like,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It's very backwards, right? Now, the Pandora's box is a good representation of what your healing journey looks like because the concept of the grass is green on the other side really plays a role in that, right? Because it
Hmm.
does look greener. It is greener on the other side. It does look better on the other side of this, right?
Hmm.
But you have to put in the work. Work has to be done. Go to therapy, get coaching, get a mentor.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Get some guidance outside of your ideology of what you
Right.
think you need to work on.
Right.
You
And
know
it's
what I'm
funny,
saying?
not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
You're
This is a
good. You're
good
good. You're good. You're good.
topic.
The
So I've
the
noticed in
flow.
our community, we don't like therapy. It's like we run away from it. It's like, what are you afraid of?
Right. We don't
What are
like
you holding?
arbitrators.
Yeah, it's like, what are you holding inside that you're so afraid to express to a professional that could give you the resources so you can fix yourself? That's what it's really for. I think people just think, oh, I don't want to tell no one my business, but you're so quick to vent to your friend or your mom. They can't help you. They can't give you the resources you need.
Or social media.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, everybody want to write paragraphs about their baby
Let's
daddy every day. You be like,
let's
damn, you ain't done
talk
yet.
about that real quick, right?
Ugh.
I'm gonna touch on that very, very slightly. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. But if
Mhm.
you can sit there and write a whole story about your life for
Mhm.
millions of people to watch and read and indulge in, right? But yet you tell yourself out loud, I don't want to go to therapy. I don't understand that. I'm confused.
Mhm.
Because
You know,
you do know that you're telling random people that you don't know your life story on social media, right?
ding, ding, ding.
But if you tell a therapist that same thing, they are protected. You are protected from them giving your information and the things that you're struggling with to the world. They can't speak about it.
Right. And when you post your business, everybody's going to judge you, no matter how much you think they're not. And then you get mad at the judgment. You can't do
Right.
that. It's a social media. Everybody's going to see it. You got it public.
We like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a logical thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't think people think that through when they
No.
do that,
It's
right?
the
It's not
anger.
something.
It's the impulse. When people get like a lot of likes on social media, they get that hyper, what's it called? That dopamine. It's like, oh yeah, I got
Yeah.
oh, I'm pissed. And then
It
you,
feels
you
it
cool down. You're like, all right, I'm doing too
But
much. It's a
it's
lot.
the mask. It's a
Yeah.
mask. We wear a mask when it comes to social media because it feels good,
Hmm.
right? It feels good. It looks good. You're getting all the praises and everything that you need to make yourself feel validated, right? And then you
Hmm.
take that mask off when you go home. That same energy that you got on social media is not at home. Now you have to sit with yourself all over again. Everyone takes the time to give props to white business. Everyone, excuse me. I don't know what that is, but okay. Anyway, we'll disregard that. Anyway, yeah, we'll do that. Appreciate you. Um, so, but no, in that same process, it's just like you gotta really think about it. Like, what are you doing to make yourself better? You know what I'm saying? What are we, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing to really elevate? What are we doing to grow? Right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To just show yourself that you can do it, especially for us to have children, right?
Mm.
A lot of the, like, if you pay attention to all of my social medias, right? I try my best to not post anything that's gonna cause my kids to think differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of what I'm trying to teach and what I'm trying to teach
Cautious
them.
about what you post.
I'm very much so lately, right?
Yeah.
Because my oldest 17, he watches my stuff a lot.
He's
You know what
17
I'm saying?
already?
Yeah,
Damn. They
I
were
know,
little.
I
Ooh,
know, I know, I
kids grow fast, don't they? Oh my
know,
God.
I know. I think about it every day. Okay. I think about it every day. Yes, he's 17 now. And he
I might
watches
have
a
them.
lot of my
Your
stuff.
kid's gonna be 30, you know?
They're gonna be grown and I'm gonna be living my best life. Like
I understand.
yeah, you know what
That's
I'm saying? But
that's the perk of having kids young though. That's one thing I think about. I'm like, damn, I wanna be an old lady having a damn kid.
yeah, listen, I was a good decision. I'll tell you that.
Mhm.
For real, because it's like I'm watching him now and he's such an amazing kid,
Mhm.
right? Most kids his age don't think the way that he thinks,
Mhm.
right? And I want to say it's because of him watching my stuff, him having the conversations that he has with me, the things that he talks with my lady about, the things that he talks with his mom about. You know what I'm saying? Is like we don't really hide anything from him, if that makes sense.
Good. You
You
should
know what
be
I'm
open with
saying?
your children because the world's a little crazy. You got to be open with your kids. You can't hide things from them. They're gonna find out anyway.
Right. So I'd rather just be transparent with him. What's going on, bro? I see you. Yeah, I'm just honest with him. Like, and he asks me questions and I answer him honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like he's made some mistakes. You know what I'm saying? He's a kid. Like they make
Yeah.
mistakes. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he will beat himself up about his mistakes. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I'm like,
We all do
yeah,
though.
like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, but like I don't want him to do that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I want him to learn from his mistakes. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you allow the emotions to take over, you're not learning the lesson.
Mhm.
Right? So I'm like, "Listen, just sit down and think about it." You know what I'm saying? I just like you know what I'm saying? Pay
Right.
attention to the things that went wrong, right? And
Right.
think about the things that you coulda did better.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So that way, you know, you've learned that lesson, but you know, in regards to the mistakes that you made. Like you
Right.
have to learn the lessons.
Also, you got
That way you're not beating yourself up.
you could sit with your emotions, just not too long. Don't
Yeah,
be in it
yeah.
too long.
He's an Aquarius.
Oh. Mhm. Mm.
So
Yeah.
there's some level of regulation that needs to be there.
I got I think I have great 2 Aquarius friends, and that's it.
Yeah, you know, so my children read like me, and one of my daughters speak 5 languages. That's amazing, goddess. That's a beautiful thing right there. I love to see that. I want my kids to learn the languages that they need to learn because they're Haitian and Spanish. So it's like if they could learn Creole and learn how to speak Spanish, they understand it.
That's good.
Does that make you better or funnier? What type of what do you mean? Silver Wanderer.
Huh?
I need you to rephrase that. Let me see. They said, so question.
Mhm.
How can people strengthen their discernment in relationships or friendships?
Like you said, setting boundaries, but being more approachable, being more consistent.
Hmm.
I feel like we tend to be so into our lives, we kind of forget that, sometimes you need that friend and say, "Hey, girl, I'm still thinking about you, even though I know I probably be a little isolated too much." But
Hmm.
I'm trying to be able to reach out more and stop being so shallow about it.
Uh-huh.
Um, I'm It's weird. I feel like we tend to wait to people to hit us up first, and I'm trying to outgrow that. I don't know why that happens a lot, but you know, just being at peace, but also, it just expressing yourself. I feel like like I said, I have a trouble just expressing stuff. Just because if you don't think like me, I just don't want to express myself to you all the time. You know what I mean? It's all right. I need another person that critical thinks like me, so I can really get the answer I need.
Right. But
You know?
sometimes, believe it or not, um, there does mind really matter or does density rule? No, the mind definitely matters.
Oh yeah,
It does. On
it does.
100%. It matters, like all of it matters. Like it's just knowing your discernment on what to use and what to operate in.
Yeah.
That's really all what it is. Like my biggest thing, right? I feel like knowledge is power,
Mm-hmm.
right? For me, you have to learn everything, whether you utilize it or not. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's it's information, and gathering that information is important, right?
Right.
Understanding where that person's coming from, kind of just giving them the opportunity to kind of educate you, because they might teach you something that you probably really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just
True.
because they're not thinking in the way that you think doesn't mean that they can't teach you.
True. That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? So, but right, once you get that information, now it's up to you whether the information works for you at that moment or you need to store it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm
it's true,
saying?
like, and even with me, like, sometimes I need constructive criticism, I don't always want to give it. Sometimes I need it. Like one day
Yeah.
my friend checked me, she was listen to her, I love you, but sometimes you're a little too strong, You're very straightforward, you got a solution mindset. A lot of women don't have that. So it's just like, I had my dad and my mother in my life. I grew up in a, two-parent household. My father was really, he was so hard on me. It got on my
Right.
nerves, but I'm glad that I had him in my life because I don't know where my mind would be if I didn't have my father around.
No, I get it, but you know what? That's a good thing though. But
Yeah.
obviously, regulation is important, right?
Yeah.
Understanding where you come from, understanding the things that you've been taught. You don't have to unlearn those things, but you can always add things to your repertoire,
Right.
right? You have a good structure. You came from
Mhm.
a good structure, right? Expand on it.
Okay.
That's really the way to think about it, right? Not
Mhm.
saying, you know what I'm saying? That's really the way. You just gotta shift your mindset a little bit. Like you've learned a lot and you had a great father in your life. You had somebody that taught you good things, good structure in
Right.
regards to that, and then you just have to, add
Right.
more layers to it.
Right. Don't get me wrong. No one's perfect. They had their
Right.
flaws too. But I'm still happy I had that
I'm not
strictness.
leaving the tree
I,
for
I
the
needed. I needed that.
right. No, absolutely. Like it's just one of those things. Like we always have to kind of just tweak it a little bit. Sometimes we got to either tweak it a little bit or add something on top of what we already know. Because
Mhm.
I know for me, my mom was an English teacher back
Mhm.
in the countries. Like she was an English teacher in Haiti. She was a CNA here. She's always been around people. She knows my mom's smart as hell. Smart. I've learned a lot from my mom. I won't give her credit because she be big headed sometimes. I ain't got time for it. I love
What's
my
her
mom, but she be big headed.
What's her sign?
She's a Virgo. So
Um,
you know what I'm saying? Like I love it, and I've learned a lot from my mom. So, but I take what I learned from my mom, but I also take the things that I've learned from my mentors, from the people that the old heads, the gentlemen that I've talked to. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a big fan of talking to people older than me.
Me too. It
You know
depends
what I'm
on the
saying?
older. It
Like
depends on the older.
all of them, all of them, no
No,
matter what it is. I
not me.
the only reason why, right, is one, they've gone through a lot, right? So they've seen a lot, they've heard a lot, they've witnessed a lot of the things that we've never witnessed, but we'll probably never witness, right? I want to learn about these things, right? Because it's very much possible that I can apply these things to everyday life. You're like, you never know, right? Now the younger generation, they're kind of operating more openly and transparently than we are.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned from them as well because they don't take no shit from nobody. Nobody. You hear me? Like I've watched it. They don't take nothing from nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you sit there, you observe, you ask the questions, they answer it. You know what I'm saying? And you just listen, right?
Mhm.
The part of life's process is to learn it all.
Right.
Learn it
I'm
all.
still
Don't
learning that part. And that part
yeah.
with you said I like talking to older people. It depends, you know. I tend to run into a lot of mean older women, so it's really hard to kind of relate to that. You know, I don't
Yeah.
like talking to people that are mean because it's like I'm not perfect. I could be a little like aggressive when I speak because I'm passionate about a lot of things I talk about, but I'm just not mean for no reason because I'm in a bad mood. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm just gonna be quiet.
But
You know what I mean?
you know what you could do in the process of that, right? Because even the people that have an issue regulating their emotions, right,
Right.
it comes out in their tone, in the way that they converse,
Mm-hmm.
right? They still have a story to tell.
Mm.
They still have a story to tell. Now, does that
Yeah.
mean that you have to deal with any disrespect that comes from them? No. But
No.
they might have a story to tell. They might have something that you can learn from them as well.
Right.
But obviously you might have to kind of just adjust your tone, because obviously if you're coming off aggressive and strong, they're coming off aggressive and strong. It's just gonna clash.
Oh yeah. That's one
Right?
thing I don't do. Even though I may not like a lot of old people, especially at work, I ain't gonna lie. I have to hold in a lot because you know I'm in a professional place. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go to the
What's
bathroom,
going on,
go
bro?
take a walk, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just more so I feel like we show a little too much grace to older people. You know, a little too much. It's
I
like, all right,
mean,
so you get to have attitude. Wait a
there's some
minute.
of them.
You get to have attitude because you're going through menopause, but you won't take your medication. But when I go through something, I'm getting in trouble because I'm younger.
I like that. Bro said ignorance doesn't have ears.
Ooh, they don't.
That right there. That right there. Bulan, that was good. That was good. He said, ignorance doesn't have ears.
Nope.
Yeah, one can be firm and subtle at the same time. Many words can bury you alive, but absolute knowledge is not achievable by mortals. I guess. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think the honestly, and I'm gonna dive into this now because I know we said that we were gonna do it. When it comes to the superpower of women and superpower of men, for
Mm-hmm.
women is your intuition, right? It is your superpower. It is a given power that you have, that you can utilize, that heightens not only your awareness
Mm-hmm.
but your discernment,
Mm-hmm.
right? But for some reason, and I know this might hit a little different, but for some reason, there's certain women that don't know that they can use it to hold themselves accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Stop me when I'm lying.
You're not wrong. And you know about back to the intuition thing. It's like it's funny how women have an intuition when your man's cheating, but when it comes to yourself, it's like you can't see it. You can't read the room. You can't. You don't have no self awareness anywhere. But you know everything about your boyfriend. You know his location. He's doing what he's doing. Even if you're not looking through his phone, you still know.
He said, "Yo," he said, "You are a person. You know a person's crazy when they tell you psychologists don't know what they're talking about. I know you're crazy." But it's facts though. But it's
Yeah.
facts though. Like you gotta. I caught somebody, right? I put a honey trap on thread. I put a honey trap on thread, and I had posted this. Okay, and they was like, "What does her intuition have to do with how the man treats her, or what, or her blaming the man for things that's going on in the relationship?" And
Mm-hmm.
then she asked me what my definition of intuition, of a woman's intuition is, and I told her. I said, knowing having the discernment, and knowing when things are going on in in the relationship, friendship, or whatever, where she has enough awareness to move out the way, right? And then she was like, okay, but what does that have to do with what you posted? I said, my point exactly. I was like, why is it the fact that she can have intuition towards what he's doing wrong, but she can't have the same level of intuition when she's looking at herself in the mirror or to hold herself accountable? And then she ended with, never mind, you got that.
Mm-hmm.
Hit you with a trap card. Like,
Yeah, it's the accountability. Once the accountability
yeah,
is thrown at you, you're like, oh no, I'm good.
yeah.
Nope,
Now you don't want
running.
to argue back and forth with me.
Yeah,
I hit you with that honey trap. Got you with a
yeah.
trap. There you go. There you go.
She's
There
like,
you go.
nope. I think
Like,
I did see that. I forgot I did see that comment. Yeah.
yeah,
I
here you go.
forgot about that. That's
You know
funny.
what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
got you. What's
Yeah.
going on, Luz? I got you. What's going on, me? I see you.
Yeah.
Like, I got
We
you.
tend to avoid things a lot. I think when you have like a attachment style, or you don't know how to be by yourself, you just kind of tolerate anything. You settle. You don't know how to let go. You hold on to stuff you shouldn't be holding on to. Women struggle with that a lot.
Yeah, no facts. So Blonde said we in a time we're in a time of low intellectual individuals of scary hours right now in the world. No, that's facts.
Yeah.
Um,
Back to loneliness. The lonely pandemic's real on both sides. You were like, dang, you that lonely? You still there? Ooh.
I can't say that it's not. Men and women are going through this transition of life where instead of focusing on today and focusing on themselves, they rather blame, they rather fight, they rather argue. They
Yeah.
rather find something to occupy their time instead of occupying their time to help themselves and be better and focus
Hmm.
on being better, right? Codependency is very dangerous right now, Goddess. It is.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous game that's being played right now.
Right.
You know what I'm
And it's
saying?
just
Today's
like,
world is full of devils. Old orange
hmm,
hair person, PM occupied the land. Can you dare to guess? Yeah, we know who you talk about. We know who you talk about. But we're not gonna dive into that. We're not gonna do the political thing here.
I don't.
We're gonna skip that. But I do
Mm-mm.
appreciate. I know exactly who you're talking about. We do appreciate you. You're not lying about that. But we're gonna stick to the topic of the process of life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And her in the process, because it's like it is a scary world right now, bro. And it's not because of what's going on in the world, right? It's the fact that people are literally fighting themselves. They're fighting with
Mhm.
themselves, right? They're fighting with not knowing what their purpose is, right? They're fighting with that part right there. Like a lot of us ask for blessings. We pray for blessings, right? We pray for these things to happen for us, but yet we're not putting in the work for these blessings to really come to us. And when the blessings are given to us, we're so blinded by what we want, we're not paying attention to what he's already given us.
Right. Right. And
And go ahead.
like also with that, like, I don't want people to think, this gives off, we know everything. We're perfect people. Let me tell you something. I have flaws just like you. I
Sure
just
do.
deal with my flaws. I don't say, oh, I don't have no flaws. There's nothing wrong with me. No, I have flaws. I'm very judgmental. I don't like when people talk to me crazy. I get a little, aggressive, and I try to calm myself down. I'm very isolated. I'm trying to do better with that. And it's hard to relate to a lot of people when you're growing. It is. So it's like I'm trying to understand more than judge people.
Hmm.
So that's what I've been working on for a long time.
I can give you guys my whole backstory. Like I've been showing my process well over 6 years. April 13th will be 6 years that I've been on social media, kind of doing this, right?
Hmm.
The whole time I've been on social media, I've been very open with the things that I've been struggling with and the things that
Hmm.
I've worked on, right? They've seen me on my good, my bad, my ugly, my in between. They've seen all of it, right? The reason why I can talk the way that I talk is because that I put in the work.
Right.
The reason why I'm able to have these conversations and try to help people kind of gather. I'm a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Um, that you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I'm able to operate the way that I do. That's why there's might be a little bit my Capricorn behavior might be a reason why I'm able to even have these conversations with y'all, be honest with you, because I'm more stern than most. My energy is more straightforward. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of move a little bit differently. I don't really tolerate a lot of shit. I don't really sugarcoat a lot of things, right? And I swear like a sailor. So like, like, you know what I'm saying? I
It's funny how
swear
you said that. I cuss a lot, so I'm like, ooh.
yeah, like I
Pick up
swear like
my-
a sailor, but the most educated people in the world swear and cuss. So that tells you that'll tell you a lot, believe it or not. Like even the people that are very high, they're very high IQ. Trust me,
Yeah.
if you think those people don't cuss behind doors, they cuss a lot.
The highest person in the job cusses more than you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are you a Capricorn too, V? No.
Sag. I'm like a
You're a
few days
Sag.
before.
You're
Nah.
so you're still in the same realm. Like,
we're similar. That's why, me and my
yeah,
mom, look at this. My mom's a Capricorn, so we would clash a lot because I was like,
oh
girl,
yeah, we in the same realm, man. Like
and I
that
can say
we
you,
think a little different.
you, and maybe one other guy are the first two Capricorns I could say I actually get along with. And I noticed I had a pattern of dating the same sign. I said, ugh, I don't think I belong here. I'm not compatible with a Capricorn man. It's like, ooh, it's like they get mean, and then when it's time to apologize, they kiss your butt instead of just saying sorry. Just apologize. It's okay. Nobody's gonna beat you up. Just say
I think so. Somebody wrote in the chat another hustle coach another BS hustle coach is for the weak minded. You could think that.
that's
You could
fine.
think that.
See,
If
the
that's
thing is, if it's so for the weak minded, why are you watching, honey?
Yeah, why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why
It's
are you
like, why am I watching something I don't want to be on or I don't like? That's the problem with people. You want to just talk about it, but why are you here? You don't have to be here, honey. Get off the live. It's okay.
But it's a thing, right? And I love when people that come in here that do that, right? Because it's like I know individuals like you in real life, and they're the ones that end up coming to me for help and coming to me for guidance because they're really
Mm-hmm.
struggling in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So feel how you feel.
Yeah.
Everybody got their own opinions. I appreciate you for being here because you're just giving me another view. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We do have individuals that here that enjoy what we're doing right now. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody that is here, that is in, that's engaging and that's here, giving your energy and giving your time. I do appreciate you guys because you guys don't have to be here. Hey twin, hey babe. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't have to be here, but you are here, so I do appreciate you guys. The people that are on YouTube and on TikTok, because I do see my folks on TikTok over here on my phone. So I do appreciate you guys for being here. Coach Derek is in the building. So one of the questions, and this is for everybody, right? Even the people in the chat, for
Mm-hmm.
you, if you want to answer it. Um, are you protecting your peace or protecting your comfort?
Mm-hmm. I can say both.
Are you protecting your peace or are you protecting your comfort?
Yeah, I protect my peace, but I'm also comfortable in my solitude too much. Like, once
Okay.
I'll get myself out there, someone's kind of like, you hang with people or they start to like you kind of run away because it's like, oh, then I can't be alone no more. I'm used to it.
Mm. You know what's crazy? All of us. I can't say I don't have a level of both because I do. There's certain
Yeah.
things I am comfortable with that I shouldn't be comfortable with, and I
Hmm.
do have to break that habit too. But that's also me being human, right?
Hmm.
Right. The difference between me as a coach and other people as a coach, I lead with my life experiences versus my certification. Right.
Hmm.
The certification is cool. Yes, I put in the work to get that, right? But me as a person, as a human being, is more me of being a coach than anything.
Hmm.
Period. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? I'm me in real time. Even as a coach, I'm me in real time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't change because you come to me for coaching. I'm still the same person. No difference. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna sugarcoat it. Whether we're friends, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it if you come to me for coaching. We're gonna
Hmm.
we gonna rock together and we're gonna figure out how you can become better. That's it. That's the goal.
Hmm.
Whether you want to put in the work or not, that's between you and yourself. I'm not gonna put the work in for you. I'll give you
Right.
the tools, I'll give you everything that you need so that way you can become better, but I'm not putting in the work for you. You
Right.
have to meet me halfway so that way we can get this work done, right?
Hmm.
Now, in regards to protecting your peace, that is a healthy way to do it, right? But there's an unhealthy way to protect your peace as well, and that's what you call unhealthy boundaries, right? Some people will create unhealthy boundaries just so that way they don't have to deal with accountability or deal with people. That's unhealthy.
Hmm.
That's an unhealthy way of protecting your peace. Is creating that environment for yourself so that way you don't have to deal with certain things.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, when you create healthy boundaries and you vocalize those healthy boundaries, but you also realize that those boundaries not only for those people, but it's also for yourself. That's where you're right on the money and where you need to be.
Yeah.
You know what
True.
I'm saying? Like you have to create. So you have the boundaries, right? But you also have the standards and you have the expectations. There's
Right.
three
But
layers to it.
I do have unhealthy boundaries too. I can admit that, you
You know
know.
what I'm saying? There's three layers
So
to it. There's three
yeah,
layers.
I gotta work on the having better communicative boundaries. You know, if you make me anxious or you piss me off, I just won't talk. I'll be like, you know what?
Hmm. No, but
I'm
that's
good.
true though. But you gotta.
Mhm.
So there's so you got the boundaries, right?
Mhm.
The standards you set for
Mhm.
yourself. That's the healthy standards you set for yourself, right? The expectations is also for you.
Mhm.
They're also for you. They have to start with you first before you
Mhm.
try to delegate that to anybody else or speak that to anybody else.
Right.
If you're not matching your boundaries, standards, and expectations first, you can't expect anybody else to do it. You can't. That's that doesn't work that way. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So you if those are not working for you first, then you gotta, go back to the drawing board and
Mhm.
figure out why you yourself can't even uphold your own boundary standards and expectations.
Mhm.
That you gotta ask yourself those questions first in regards to that. That's very important. You know what I'm saying? On why you're struggling with your own boundaries.
Mhm.
It's a good
That's
question
true.
to ask yourself. Like something to sit with, right? In
Mhm.
regards to that. Ooh, okay.
Hmm?
How important is personal accountability when it comes to trusting your intuition?
It's very important. But sometimes it could be you in your head too. It don't always have to be intuition. Sometimes you overthink everything. You be like, you know what?
Break it down.
Sometimes it's you overanalyzing everything. You're like, all right, maybe it's not my intuition. Maybe I'm just,
I'm
I'm
just
running scenarios in my mind. I'm scared, you know?
it's
So it's
kind of
like,
I'm just doing too much.
yeah, you're like, like, I don't know. It don't feel right. Let me get out of here. Like I run away a lot. I have that problem too. Like if I don't want to deal with something, I was like, I
Mm,
can't, so it's like I'm trying to work on go towards things that I run from.
yeah. Do you feel like a lot of the things that you can actually progress in and learn from, you tend to run away from sometimes without
Oh
realizing
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I can. I feel like, people, especially me being like you want to say the strong friend, people love coming to me about everything.
Mhm.
So it's like just because, I'm by myself a lot, I don't have no kids, you think I just don't have no problems. So it's just like I don't want you to think that I don't have problems. I have problems just like you.
Right.
So it's hard for me to try to juggle friendships and try to deal with my stress and then try to go to work and then try to be in the gym and then try to eat health. It'd be like I have ADHD. I was diagnosed with ADHD 2 years ago. I be getting anxious. So it's like I can't juggle everything all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like I have to learn how to do one thing at a time and take my time and really, really sit with certain things. It's okay.
I mean, but that's okay to do that though, right? Because
Yeah.
in order to better understand something, you do have to sit with it just for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to sit with it for too long, but you can sit with it enough for you to kind of regulate it and have a better understanding of it. Because if you don't sit with it, then you're just going to be overthinking every
Yeah.
single time.
And me, I'm the biggest overthinker ever. So it's like I hate overthinking, but it's like, oh, my mind be thinking on its own. You be like,
So
get out of here.
this is something that I came up with in regards to overthinking, right? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
overthinking is a lack of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. I think overthinking is a lack of understanding. If you don't have the understanding of what you're looking for, God is asked if you meditate.
Yes. I actually have to meditate, especially at my job. Oh, you gotta meditate. Breathe in your nose and breathe out your mouth.
She said meditation changed my life. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It
helps.
helps. Because I noticed when you have it, when you're anxious all the time, it messes with your breathing. So you have to actually really do it and sit with yourself. Sometimes I'll put on some music, some calm music, and then I'll do it like whether I'm in the car or when I'm on break or something. It's like, all right, let me calm myself down. I don't want to stop being passive aggressive because of my energy.
Hmm. No, but that was a good question, goddess. That was a good question. So
Hmm.
I appreciate that question because that is something that we really do need to try to, especially in the Black community, like we got
Ooh,
to do more of is meditate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we come from a lot of our culture, even in the culture of the Black community, have a lot of healing properties and a lot of healing factors behind it if you actually do your research. But we
Mm-hmm.
ignore those things. Like, you know what I'm saying? We come from a beautiful background. Outside of the chaos that we've dealt with in life, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Our ancestors dealt with in life. There's some beautiful things that you can learn from.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But we go to the negatives instead of the positives. What's going on, Cool It? Welcome in.
And it's funny how you say that. Like, I think people don't, because they'll say, "Oh, would I find therapy?" I said, for y'all that do have medical, all you gotta do is call the number in the back and
That's
ask.
true.
That's how simple it is. But it's like we're so, into it so much. It's like, oh my God, I don't know how to find a therapist. It's expensive.
Well,
Sometimes it's like you talk about the
well.
money, but how do you know how much it costs if you don't ask?
Oh no, I'm not even gonna take it there. I'm gonna go a little bit further, right?
Hmm.
Shop for your therapist like you shop for your shoes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't have the first two weren't good. I actually
Yeah,
had it took me to the third one.
I'm gonna give you guys that, and not just for therapy, for coaching too. If you ever
Hmm.
go into coaching or mentoring, make sure you ask all the questions.
Hmm.
Okay, not only about the certifications, but how they operate. Because anybody can go on a website or go to school and get a certification for whatever, but
Right.
how they operate with you and how they educate you is a completely different story.
Right. And it was different. So my first therapist I had in Rhode Island, I didn't feel like she was my therapist. I felt like it was more she was trying to be my teacher. I said, yeah, it's okay, but you got to stop sounding like you're in school still. You're not in school no
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
I
yeah.
need the realism in me. So when I came to Georgia, I had a male therapist and he's Black. He's from El Salvador, Honduras.
Mhm.
Honduras. So, when I tell you that's the first therapist that actually made me cry. Like I don't even cry like that. But I got so triggered in my I forgot what he said, but I got so triggered where it's like, are we done? Because I was pissed.
Mm.
And I walked out, I slammed the door like a kid. I was pissed. And he was, I knew you wasn't gonna come to the next session.
You know what's crazy though? You wasn't mad at the fact that he told you what he told you. You were mad at yourself.
I was like, afterwards, when I calmed down, I was like, ooh, I don't think I got worked up like that in a
You were mad
while.
at yourself
I was
because
like, ooh.
when the second or third person that I coached, they would always use their mom as a scapegoat when I had a conversation with them. It always leaded back to their mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was never
Mm-hmm.
about them. It was always about their mom. And then I'm like, what about you?
Yeah.
Like, what about you? Where are you as far as you is concerned in this? Oh,
Yeah.
well, this is not what I signed up for. Well, but you
It's,
did.
we got to get to an age where I know we love our parents, but you can't be a mama's boy forever. You're going to have to stand up like a big boy
Can't
and
complain
talk.
about okay, I'll do this, right? This is what I'm gonna do. And this is just me being honest, everybody. Okay. Our parents did the best that they could with
Mhm.
what they had. Okay. Today's day and age is completely different, right? They didn't mental health wasn't a thing back then. Therapy wasn't really a much of a thing back then, right?
Right.
They didn't really know about these type of tools that we use now to try to regulate and be better. So they worked with what they had and they did what they could, right? Is that giving them a pass? Absolutely not.
Mhm.
We're not giving them a pass. But is you as an adult today in today's age need to recognize the things that was good that they taught you and the things that were off. But
Right.
if you can't figure that out yourself, that's where therapy and coaching comes into play.
Right. And
You get
also when it comes to like your parents, like sometimes, especially if if you're a guy and you were raised by a single mother, sometimes your parents can enable you. They're not
yeah,
really always helping you. You got to go to someone that's professional that's going to give you the real constructive criticism that you need to change stuff. Because
right,
our parents, you can tell your parents that they're like, oh, just, they agree with you. They ain't gonna say, oh no, you're wrong. They're not gonna tell you that
right.
majority of the time.
And Goddess actually said something too. She said, "My professor made us all visit a therapist before we graduated, and we all got what we need. What
I like
we got what we did not know. We got what we did not know that we needed."
that. Mm,
And then she said, "Facts. I just said this about my mom. She did not know any better, but I do." And that right there,
yeah,
it's that right there. We know better than our parents
we
now,
do.
right? I feel like, and this is something that I always say. I said my mom became a better mom when she became a grandparent.
Oh yeah, that usually
You know what
happens.
I'm saying? Because it's like, she did the best that she could with me, my brother, and my sister, right? We all were raised with the same ethics, same morals, same behavior, same everything, right?
Mhm.
Now, what we did with it when we became adults, it was our decision, right? I would love to say that I came out the normal out of the three,
Mhm.
right? But that's kind of just tooting my own horn. But I've also heard it from my aunt and my mom that I'm the one that actually came out normal
Mm.
compared to my siblings, right? So
Right.
I appreciate that when they say that because I actually put in the work to be this individual that's not crashing out and making my mom look crazy on the internet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still her child, so I still have to, show some type of respect on how I operate on these platforms.
Right.
You
And
know what
that's
I'm
how you
saying?
say that. Like I have one sibling and thank God, we both kind of like we have our differences. Obviously, we're not twins like or nothing or whatever, but we're 4 years apart, we kind of have the same mindset or whatever. So we're both level headed.
I love that goddess. She said, "I'm the only one that moved away from Detroit healed and happy." I'm
Oh
proud
yeah.
of you. I'm
That's
proud of
good.
you. I'm
Good.
proud
Good
of you.
for you.
Good for
That's
you.
good. Just
Because you
remember you
know
don't always
what?
gotta be like your family.
No, you
Not at
don't.
all.
You don't. You can separate yourself and become the better version, right? If they
Hmm.
label you a black sheep because you're trying to be better, then be the best black sheep you could possibly be.
Baby, I've been the black sheep since I was a teenager. Ain't going.
What's going on, Mika?
It's
That's the way
fine.
I look at it. If they consider
Hmm.
you the black sheep, be the best black sheep that you could possibly be, because
Hmm.
you're not. You're only the black sheep because you decided to do better.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. You're the black
Right.
sheep because you decided to do better.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I love some family members, but some people
What's going on, bro?
you don't feel
Hey,
the love from certain family members. So I don't try to like, oh hey girl, we should I don't do that. If I
everybody,
don't feel it, I'm not doing it.
everybody's opening their eyes in my family right now
Oh yeah.
because, first of all, if anybody knows me in real time, I don't tolerate shit from nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. I
That's
handle,
why we're cool with each other, man. And me neither.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't tolerate, not from anybody, not in my family, not friends, nobody. I just don't. I don't really play those games. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like, if I see something that doesn't seem right or look right, I'm gonna vocalize it, and something needs to be done about it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I've had that conversation with my mom. I tried to have that conversation with my sister. She clearly wasn't receptive of it. Had that conversation with my aunt. She was receptive of it. If anything, my aunt's my biggest supporter when it comes to my family. She sees
Mm.
everything that I'm doing, and she always, you know what I'm saying? She always gives me that praise. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That, you did what we all should have did.
Mm-hmm.
You got help. You went to therapy,
Mm-hmm.
the coaching. You did the things that were supposed to be done. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? You didn't stay in the aspect of what everybody else is looking like, right? Everybody else is trying to figure out their life now. They're in their 30s and 40s and 50s trying to figure out their
Mm-hmm.
life. I'm not trying to be that. I'm trying to be in
Yeah.
my 50s comfortable
Yeah. And
with my
those are the
life.
things I had, I've been in Georgia since 2021. So, you had your associates, you hung with you learning from them. You're like, dang, like, I'm trying to choose better. I have a problem with choosing the right man to be with and the right friends to be around sometimes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of women are users.
Yeah.
A lot of men play too much. You think everything's a game and you want to. No, I don't like playing games. I notice people like playing around with the pretty girl a lot. I'm a very serious black woman. I don't want to play around. You know what I mean? You got to be more assertive with me. You got to express yourself. A lot of men don't express themselves. It's like you want to be in my face, but you don't want to express yourself to me because you're afraid of me. I don't like that.
I I want to challenge the black man
Yeah,
to go to therapy.
please.
I challenge you guys to go to therapy. Coming from another black man, I went to therapy.
Yes.
Best decision of my life.
Yes.
Best decision of my life. I actually need another therapist, to be honest with you, because there's no way that I'm coaching without having a therapist. This is probably like the hardest thing that I have to do is to try to coach and, you know what I'm saying, and not have a therapist. Like, I need to find a new one. I ain't
You
gonna
know
lie.
what's so funny? I could refer you to someone because he does virtual. I actually have to check him out. I could say I think everybody should. Well, even though I told you to check him out. Besides that, I think we should actually get the opposite sex therapist. I feel like that helps better for you to understand the other gender.
Okay.
You know
I
what I
like
mean?
that. I like that. I think that's
So
a
when
good
I
idea.
got I'm like, dang, like you be saying stuff I never really thought about. He triggered me a little bit. I done cried, done laughed, I done did everything. I'm like, you know what? He gave
So
me the
God
reason. He would make me do assignments and
is
stuff. And I'm like, assignments? This ain't
I
school.
I
You
do the
know?
same thing with my clients. I ain't gonna lie to
Yeah.
you. I ain't gonna act
But
like I
it
do.
helped. It
It
helped,
helps.
like little examples, like you said, oh, write down the people that hurt you, like what they did, how it made you feel. If you
Mhm.
want to send it to them, you can, but if not, just burn it. That's what he told me to do.
I mean, that makes sense though. I
Yeah.
mean, so God has said, "We are not black sheeps. We are the chosen ones." Laugh my ass off. They're the sleepless. They're the sleepless.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
Right. And I feel myself like growing. I feel like I know where I'm supposed to be. It's just, it takes a while to get there because you don't have that much
Big
support
butterfly.
as you want. But I know, I just can see myself higher than now. Like I can already see myself being more, I want to be a content creator and travel and live out of my suitcase. Like that's my dream. Some people be like, oh, you're crazy. You don't want to, I don't care about the big old house like y'all do. I don't care about aesthetics and materialistic things. I've seen so many people wear materialistic things. They don't go nowhere.
Yeah, I mean that's
With
true though.
nice things to ride around the street and come home.
I want to challenge everybody that's here, right? People on TikTok, people here on YouTube.
Hmm.
Ask God what your purpose is.
Oh yeah.
Have that conversation, right? And you don't need to go to church to have this conversation, people.
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna let me put that out there. Your conversation with him is totally separate of what they're gonna teach you in the church, right?
Right.
I'm talking about a spiritual conversation with the man upstairs, right? Ask him what your purpose is, right? Now he's not gonna give you the full straight answer. He's gonna give you little blessings that populate in your life. And if you're paying attention, you will catch it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're really focused on the blessings that are supposed to be yours and what your purpose is, those little blessings, you will
Hmm.
catch it every time.
Right. And
Now that
also when
now that
you
got my Gucci, she said I got my Gucci wallet with dust in it.
yeah. Because it's like we just buy it because it's an aesthetic thing. You know how the black community is. We got to have the high end stuff and show off. But it's like, what are we really doing outside of that stuff? I
That's
don't.
true.
I
That's
don't care about bragging about the car I have. I don't care about certain things. Like even these. Like don't get me wrong. I got some MK glasses on, but they was only $100. It wasn't a lot of money.
I can't
I
say
got,
that. I
I
spend
got
a
a
lot
discount.
on my glasses.
You know. So I'm.
Dog,
I'm cheap. I don't want to
yo,
spend $1,000
I
on something
fucking
small.
I fucking wish my glasses was cheap. My shit was expensive as hell. I
Listen,
think
don't
that's
get me
good.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I could say I'm little stuff. Like I like jewelry, fragrance, and glasses. I do. Them Ray-Bans is fire. I ain't even gonna hold you. They are.
No,
I
so the
tried them
topic
on.
so
I
the
tried them
topic is
on. I
gospel,
fell in love with those. But other than that, it's not like, oh, I gotta have the highest end thing every time I go shop. No.
no. So the topic is not gospel, but I am a man of God at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So I'm always gonna preach that first than anything.
Hmm.
So that's one of the things that's always important to me, no matter what it is. So Rachel, no, it's not a gospel topic, but it is a topic of life in the process. And
Right. I
you
learned
gotta
about the church thing. You have to choose. You know how you said, pick your therapist like you pick your shoes. Same thing with church. Every church is not a good church.
yeah.
So I could say the only church I felt
Give
like
me
it
some
was
Google
a
glasses all day.
family was when I went to Charlotte. Like I would go to like my cousins gathering with their church people. It don't feel like it's just about holy stuff all the time and that everybody thinks they're, uppity and stuff. No, they act like normal people. And it's oh wow,
You
this is
know,
cool.
you know
I like
what? You
it.
know what's crazy? And this is just a take, right? This is just
Hmm.
when it comes to I always think, is it religion or relationship
Hmm.
when it comes to church, right? Religion can make things feel a little uncomfortable because you have to go by a strict rule when it comes to religion, right? You got to obey there's a strict guideline with certain religions. And that right there, for me, I'm too much of a rebel to obey a strict religion. Now,
Hmm.
having a relationship within the church or with a church, now that's completely different
Hmm.
because you get the opportunity to relate. with
Mhm.
different individuals versus following a religion.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather have the relationship. I'd rather be able to relate to somebody. Same thing in like in the process of life with friends. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to relate with you.
Right.
I don't want to have a friendship through trauma. I don't want to have a friendship through bad breakups, and
Yeah.
I don't want to do none of that shit. I don't
Yeah.
want nothing to do with
I feel like I was like the favorite person for that. I've noticed, especially like women, they tend to trauma dump on you a lot. It's like, okay,
I don't
I'm
want
not trying to be mean, but if you're not gonna go anywhere or do anything, why are you talking about it? You know what I mean? It's like there's only so many times I can hear about something before I get tired of it. Even with me, like if I'm doing the same thing or if I'm in the same cycle, I'm like, I don't want to be here. I gotta get out of this. I don't really sit in stuff too long.
Mhm.
That's me self-reflecting. It's like, all right, let me get out of here. I ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Even though you could probably take a step back and go back to something you ain't supposed to be back to, but then it's another lesson. It's like I'm just here because I'm comfortable. We all go back, we get comfortable with
Right.
certain people, and that's just what it is.
I
But
mean, it's true. It's true.
it's just like, dang, how did I end up back here? Oh my god.
I mean, we do have those individuals that we're ultimately close with, right? That
Yeah.
for no matter for whatever reason we allow them to get away with murder.
Hmm.
Like that, I don't really know any other way to put it, right? We allow them to get away with murder because we
Right.
care
And it's
about them
funny.
so much.
I noticed, like, even just, and not to be bad about it, I just want, be, I say I want people to be more aware, or and just being assertive about certain things. Like, for instance, I noticed the male center thing. It's like
Hmm.
if a man tells you about yourself, you listen. But if I tell you, I'm being rude. You
Yeah,
know,
it doesn't make any
it's like
sense.
you got to get out of that male center mind. It's like oh, some women know as a kids, a man, their job in their house. I'm not you.
I think
You know,
people just forgot the fact that they're human.
yeah, yeah, and I feel like women need to have more hobbies. I've hang with guys because guys have hobbies.
Yeah.
Like the other day, me and my boy, we go to the park. We droning, girls, they just sit around. It's like you don't want to do nothing.
You ain't even lied about that part.
Like,
You're not the first person that's told me that.
yeah, like
You're
I
not
don't
the
want to
first.
just
You're
like
not
it's
the
okay to
first
talk
person
about
that's told
men
me.
sometime, baby, but could we go do some? I don't want to talk about men all the time.
You're not the first person that's told me that. I don't listen. I've heard that more times than I've wanted to hear that, but there has to be some truth to it.
Yeah, because it's like, do you do anything, outside of being a mom, being a worker, and just being in the house? That's why where the loneliness comes in. You don't do nothing enough. That's why you're lonely all the
But
time.
they do lose their identity, right? So
Yes,
it's
they
very much
do.
possible to lose your identity when you have so many responsibilities in life, right?
Yes, yeah.
Um, and that's where when the children get older, the empty
Yeah.
nesters struggle, right?
Mhm.
Because they're so used to being the nurturer, the mother.
Mhm.
Everybody comes to them. You know what I'm saying? And then when there's nobody in the house, there's nobody there. They don't know what to do with themselves.
Right.
They got no hobbies. They don't travel. They don't do anything. Right. So God has
Listen.
said she travels. You know what I'm saying? She got three older children that gone through college. They're successful. No kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and she roller skates and she swims. She does things to occupy her time. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. I love that.
Mhm.
More people need to do that.
Yes.
Okay. Period, point blank. More people need to do that. If you're struggling with just your identity overall, right?
Mhm.
Find something that you enjoy. If you don't want to go to therapy, if you don't want to get coaching, even though I
Mhm.
definitely am an advocate of both, right? Not
Yeah.
because I'm a coach, it's because I know what it did for me when it came to elevating me. It helped me become better. Okay.
Mhm.
Find something that you enjoy that is not toxic.
Mhm.
I had to make sure
Mhm.
I said that a little bit louder for the people in the back.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
know, how, women, even though you don't like to admit it, you like that toxic stuff. That's why you sit there so long.
Hello,
Even
hello,
though you
hello.
complain
Welcome in.
about it a
Welcome
lot.
in. Welcome in. But no, yes, please find something that's productive to do. That's not
Mhm.
toxic. That's not putting harm to anybody or causing anybody any strain or anger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just find something to do.
Mhm.
If you're a creative person, draw. Go, take an art class. Do something fun. Like,
Mhm.
like find something positive to do with your time.
Right. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. We got to stop thinking, oh my God, I don't have no money, honey. You can go get stuff at the Dollar Tree. Put a blanket in the park with your kids and go paint. Get you a glass of wine for $5. Stop playing with me. You could do it. You just don't want to. You got to kind of explore your mind,
Try
go.
different
Chat
things.
GPT's right there. Hey, what could I do for free? It'll give it to you. It's all at the tip of your fingers. You just got to use it.
I'm all for the AI.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell y'all. I know y'all don't like hearing the AI
I know.
talk. I am all for the AI.
But we got to say AI is not bad. It's just people make it.
Who uses it?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
How do you use it? It's the bad part. I use it to help me with my, tailor my resume and, itinerary. If you need a trip, that'll help you.
Boom.
Say, hey, I need a 3-day trip with me and my friend for these days. It's going to give you what you need for this price. You put the price and everything. It'll give you the budget. You got to learn how to talk to it.
I used to love going to the zoo too. Don't get me, because in Rhode Island, the first Saturday of the month, I think it was, for the city, the zoo was free.
Yeah.
So I used to take my kids to the zoo every first of the Saturday in the summertime because it was free. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we used to go to the zoo, we used to walk around, you know what I'm saying, get some food at the concession stand and get ourselves a can of soda and then eat over there and then just enjoy our time in the sun, you know what I'm saying? It's just like she said, I use AI to make money. Facts.
Oh, I know a few people like that too.
Listen, you gotta do that, like whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just
I'm still kind of learning about, because there's a AI app somebody showed me, and you just have to take a good picture so your face can be in it if you want it to be like that. Because I want to make these little AI stories, put it together, see how it looks. Just make sure your hair is done, if you're using your face, because it's gonna show you how you look on that AI robot or whatever.
I'm in okay, St. Louis. Right now the zoos is free and it's beautiful. Listen, I would love to. I can't wait to travel the world, like to really start traveling with my lady, and just experiencing some different things in the world, because it's like I know there's so many beautiful things that we're missing out on right now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm definitely ready to just like really start traveling and just doing things that's not in Rhode Island.
Right. And that's why I travel, because I want you guys to see what you're missing out on. You could travel too. You just, you got to be ready for it, and don't think
same goddess.
Yeah. So it's like, don't think it's a whole bunch of money. You just got to know when to travel, how to do it, when to book it, what day to buy it. And you can't just go for the first thing you see. Like I remember one time my cousin was like, I'm going to Mexico. I said, how many days? She told me 5. I said, how much is it? 2,500. I said, 2,500 for 2 people? Oh, let me do it for you. Oh my God. Yeah. Please look more. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I was like, babe, you do it. I got you, girl.
Listen, if you guys need a travel agent, I know one very well. She's very good. I will definitely hook you guys up with her information if you guys need a travel agent. She's very, very good at what she does. And so if you guys need a travel agent, she definitely does. She has all-inclusive stuff that she provides as well in regards to the trips. So if you guys ever need anything, shoot me a message on Instagram or on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And then I will link you guys with her.
Yeah. See me, being a travel wizard. I used to be a travel agent. It's cool when you get your sales, but it's a little headache because people like that question, but they don't really go through with it. It's like, if I ask you, because a lot of people like to act like they're rich. I said, what's your budget? I don't have a budget, baby. Even rich people got a budget. Tell me your budget. Stop doing that.
I don't have trying to live within your means, please.
Please stop spending to show off to somebody. Who are these people?
You lying. Like, talk about you ain't got no budget. Stop lying. You got a budget.
And then when I give them a price, they get quiet. I thought you
ain't had no budget. Who you trying to flex on? Like,
nobody. I ain't nobody to flex on, baby. I ain't real clear.
I'm just trying to help you. You over here trying to flex on me. Like, I'm trying to tell you, trying to get you a cheaper price. You over here trying to flex, talk about you ain't got no budget. Stop that shit.
I'm like, baby, you are not rich, and it's always the one living on government assistance. Always.
Jesus, Lord, we're not even gonna get into that conversation. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop it where we at right there in regards to that. So I'm he said you need a budget with traveling. You need a budget for everything.
You do, because listen, once you get lit, you be trying to buy everybody drinks. Hey, who want a shot?
You need a budget for everything because shit gets expensive very, very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Very quickly. Like, listen, I bought myself 2 pairs of sneakers the other day, and I felt like I hurt my pockets when I did it.
I feel like me, because I think I get that from my dad. I'm so cheap. I be like, oh my god, I
Yeah,
can't believe I just spent this money on this two things.
yeah, this shit crazy as hell. Like, I hurt my pockets. I was like, damn, this shit was expensive. But you know what? I don't buy anything for myself, so I was like, I'm just gonna
Right.
do it.
That was something you did for you. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Even my girl
Right.
was like, you don't even buy nothing for yourself like that. I was like,
Right. Like,
"Yeah,
why? Don't worry about it. You'll get it back next.
you're like,
You get it
yeah."
back. Don't worry.
So it's just like, yeah. She's like, even if somebody's going to New York, they still need a especially if you're going to New
New
York,
York.
you need a budget. What do you
Listen, if
need?
you're getting a rent to the gas, the food.
Like New York is a disaster case. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn. I know.
Yeah. I do
And
day trips or two. I have a friend from the Bronx. She lives in Rhode Island, but she's from there. And if I go out there with her, that's cool. But like to be like, oh, I'm gonna go to New York for a whole week. You gonna come back broke, baby. You
New
better
York is
don't do that.
expensive. Okay, but if you guys
Mhm.
go to New York, right, go to the Bronx, okay, and
Like,
go to what's it called? Made in Puerto Rico in the Bronx. You will not be disappointed.
listen, don't
You will
that's one
not
thing.
be
New York, they got all
disappointed.
different types of food. Like just like us, like Rhode Island, I could say Boston and New York, we got the best food. I gotta say that.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
do.
We
Well,
do.
now that living here for this long, I'm like, dang, I miss eating Puerto Rican food. I be feeding. I'm like, I don't want this Mexican food. I'm tired of tacos. I want some chicharron and rice and beans,
She said the damn
candy.
tolls and parking alone.
Oh,
Listen, this is
what?
driving like the problem with New York, right? This is the main problem with New York, right? Is
Hmm.
definitely the parking, right?
Yeah, you got to get lucky to get parking over there.
And then the fucking tolls are so damn expensive
Hmm.
for no reason, right? Now, I don't know if they'd adjusted it in New York, but I know here in Rhode Island, the tolls are electronic.
Hmm.
So there is no physical tolls anymore. Like you can
No,
drive straight through
right.
and then they send you a bill in the mail. Like
See, I
that
used
shit
to
is
be.
crazy.
See this. I want to. Ooh, I don't want to get nobody ideas, but I remember going by that little light or whatever, all that toll stuff. I used to. This is when I was toxic, guys. I'm human, okay? I was being cheap. I don't want to pay stuff. I don't want to pay for it. So I used to cover my license plate, put my mask on, and cover my inspection sticker so they couldn't bill me.
Smart. She
Because I'm
said
like, I'm sorry.
she
I don't
said you
come
need
out here a lot. I don't want to pay for it.
$400 for yo, $400 is crazy.
Yep. I remember I got a $300 bill. I used to drive to Boston to work every day for 3 years. Man, when I tell you that toll went up so quick, I said $300. And mind you, I was on the thing with my mother. So, she cussed out $300. Why is this $300? I'm like, I'll pay for it. I'm sorry. I'll pay. It was too much. And my money was literally going to that. That's why I left.
Mm, that's wild as hell, man.
Yeah, mind you, sometimes I'd be wanting to go back because I miss, Boston. Like the people I used to work with, we had a really good crew. We all got along. But
I love the
this is the
food in
drive.
Boston though. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, cause there's a really good Haitian restaurant in Boston.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I know,
And Trinidadian.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Haitian and Trinidadian food. It is amazing.
Man, when I had a roti, because my homeboy, he's Trinidadian, he used to go, hey, you want that
Listen,
Trinidadian roti? I was like, yeah, because when I tell you that roti, woo, I used to be addicted to them thing. I had that every day. I'm like, this is so good.
listen,
Back
all
then
good
it was
things.
$10 too. It's $25 now. It's $25. Woo.
Do you see how like all of this just full surface? Like this is what life and process looks like, right? From things to how it looked before to how things
Mm-hmm.
are now. Like it's just so many things have changed in the world, right?
Within 4 years, you're like, damn,
Yeah.
remember 4 years ago this was so cheap.
Goddess
Now
said
we're
she's a
paying
traveling
double.
nurse. Oh, you're a traveling nurse, so you make money.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
you
actually
make
met a few travel nurses. Yeah, they do.
they make
In
money.
Cali, you want money, go to Cali. They got money out there. Go out there. They always have contracts with nurses over there.
Absolutely. But no, this was beautiful. Like I love this conversation. Like
Hmm.
I love where I just and I really appreciate the engagement, right? I
Yes.
really appreciate the engagement from everybody because it was necessary. And we're gonna continue this, right? I'm gonna try to be more intentional about doing these shows and doing these conversations because we need it. If you guys missed the last one, I did one this morning at 11 o'clock. It's about the
With the
healing journey
other
for
guy,
men.
right?
Yeah, with Caleb.
Hmm.
So if you guys missed the one that I did this morning, it should be posted on YouTube by tomorrow. If it's not already posted, it should be on YouTube by tomorrow. Go on King of Self Love or Mind Your Mental podcast on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch the one that we actually did this morning. And then
Oh
this
yeah.
one will also be posted tomorrow, been within the next like 24 hours or so. So,
Okay.
um,
Also, I want to be on. I noticed you be on those lives on TikToks. I would like to engage because I be like kind of getting this randomly, and I'm like, ooh, I want to talk about this too.
let me know.
So,
We haven't done one in a minute.
hmm.
We haven't done one in a minute. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done one on TikTok. So we were
Hmm.
supposed to actually do the one on TikTok this morning, but Caleb had hit me up and he was like he wanted to jump on the show. I couldn't miss that opportunity. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So I was like, definitely had to jump on that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because he's a gentleman that works with men. You know what I'm saying? He
Oh,
works with
yeah.
men in real time, and I wanted his perspective on this in regards to like how the men are receptive to like the conversation of accountability and about
Hmm.
healing and the things that I mainly talk to you ladies about, right? Because most of my clients are women. So it's like
Hmm.
a lot of you guys come to me for coaching. Hey, Lala, welcome in. You guys come to me for coaching and you guys are receptive to the information. You know what I'm saying? You guys are receptive to to the coaching and you're receptive to the information I provide to try to be better, right? And it's not for
Hmm.
me to try to manipulate your thought process. It's just I want you to manipulate your own thought process. So that way you could actually become a
Hmm.
better version of yourself, right? A
Yeah.
lot of men are afraid to come to me for coaching.
Hmm.
They won't come to me for coaching, right? Because they don't like arbitrators. They don't like
Yeah.
being told what to do, right? They don't like the guidance, right?
Hmm.
Which is fine. If that's not what you want, I can't control that. I'm still
Yeah.
here to help. So you can watch my
Right.
content. You know what I'm saying? You get the information that you can from the content, but when you come to me for coaching, it's when we really start putting in the work. Like, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? When you start asking those questions and you grab my books, right? Make sure you guys go on Amazon, grab the Mirror Labyrinth, grab my book, really good book. She read it. A few other people read it. It's gonna hurt your feelings. I promise you.
Hmm.
It is one of those books.
Right. And it
Um,
was funny when I was reading it. It's like when
boom.
I was reading it, I was in the moment, and while I was reading it, like, dang, this is what I'm going through right now. This is crazy.
Yeah. I I I I was it was very calculated. The book is very
Hmm.
calculated. So if you grab the book, and I appreciate you for subbing and liking Goddess. I'm not ignoring your comment. I promise you I'm not. I appreciate you for even being here. Honestly. And the fact that you scrolled in here, that's even better. I like the fact that you just scrolled in here, popped in here, started listening, and stayed because that right there is very important to me. You know what I'm saying? That means that we're doing something right over here. So I do appreciate you. Now, this is
Hmm.
probably your next book, Ember of Empowerment. Still got copies
Hmm.
for you if you ever want to come back. Come when you're in Rhode Island to come
Yeah,
grab.
you
You
know, I
know,
don't like, what's the shipping fee? I'll just come give you cash.
yeah. Whenever you come back to the state, you know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Just swing by and I'll give you a copy. I just wrote my first book, trying to publish it. If you need to publish it, either go to Amazon,
Hmm.
KDP, or go books.by is really good too. I heard a lot of good things about books.by.
Oh yeah, I was
So
gonna say I'm also gonna, obviously off the air, talk to you about that. I do want to write a book too.
mhm.
Kind of had it in my mind for a while.
I mean, we can have
Um,
that conversation.
yeah, so
We can make that happen. You know what I'm saying? And Goddess, if you want to reach out to me too, just reach out to me on Instagram, at Mind Your Mental Podcast or at King of Self Love 6. And then if you want to learn how to actually publish your book and you need help with that, I will help you with that as well. That's not a problem at all. We can sit down and have a conversation and chop it up. We might be able to do a dual conversation with all of us together and maybe just have a conversation, kill two birds with one stone type of thing.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm down for it. I'm down for all the good conversations. I'm here to help everybody as much as I can. I've been publishing my own book for the last 2 to 3 years now. So it's an annoying process.
Yeah, I
I
won't
don't
lie, mine's just not gonna be long. Like you got a long book. It ain't gonna be
Yeah,
that long.
it's just
It's
the
gonna
book
it'll
is
be like a nice short story. Like I
right.
want to do it based on black women.
I like it. I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
So
She said the book is called Compatibility versus Love. I like that.
oh,
Oh, okay. Well, I like it. We Yo,
okay.
chop. Listen, Goddess, message me on IG, please, and then I will definitely we could chop it up. You know what I'm saying? in regards to that. So let's me know, let's me know, let's me know. But no, I appreciate you. Honestly, this was dope.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Part two, right? Most people,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying. You guys, make sure y'all go on YouTube and watch part one of us having this conversation. Um, it was a dope live. It really was. It was a dope live. It was the second one that I think it was my second conversation that I did starting this. Yeah, you were my second person.
Hmm.
Dariana was the first one.
Yes.
So I do appreciate that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people that I've interviewed so far are in the New England area. Um, I did originally start this doing it for the New England area
Yes.
originally, because we don't have enough of this, right?
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
need more we need more eyes on the New England area. So I'm already working on trying to get my next person for this.
Good. It's funny.
So
The people don't even know when I say New England, they were like England, like out the country. I'm like, oh boy,
no,
we've
no,
never learned about New England apparently down
right.
here.
And we got quite a few places here in New England. We got Boston, we got
Yeah.
Connecticut, we got Rhode Island, we got New Hampshire. There's a few of us
Maine,
here.
Vermont.
Maine,
Yeah.
Vermont, like there's quite a few of us in the New England area. New
Right.
England is not just Boston, Connecticut, and Rhode Island people. I promise you.
Listen, it's just New York. They be Long Island. I'm like, baby, there's a lot of states up north. It ain't just New York. Let it
Yeah,
go. Everybody
yeah,
ain't from New York, honey.
yeah. I mean, that's true. You ain't lying.
You hear
You ain't
Rhode
lying.
Island, it goes away. Long, baby,
Right,
road.
right. It's not Long Island. It's Rhode Island.
Be
Yeah,
4 hours apart.
I could tell that you guys didn't pay attention in school when you asked that question. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, yikes! Not out of the country. Yeah, listen, I could tell people don't pay attention. I could tell people don't
Mm-hmm.
pay attention. I'm trying to
Because
tell you
in
guys.
school, we learn how to write cursive. We learn about the biggest states in the country, the smallest states. You would think
Yeah,
people would know that, but
nah, they
they're
don't. They
small.
don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. And I'm not even gonna touch it. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I said what I said.
It's
Like,
okay.
I said what I
I'm
said.
actually gonna. I'm glad we talked about this. I'm actually gonna make a map. I'm saying, let me show y'all where Long Island is in Rhode Island.
Listen, you might have to do a video on it.
I know I am. I'm gonna get. I got my
You might have
map.
to
I
do
can
a
put it
video.
on the
Listen,
wall.
put it right on the map. Get one of the extenders.
Yeah, I'm like, look.
This nigga.
Stop
This is
saying
Rhode
Long
Island.
Island. Road and
This is
long are
New
not the
York.
same word. God damn it.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
My
But I do
God.
appreciate you guys, though. You guys are truly amazing. Like, keep being as intentional. This woman here argued me down that Baltimore is a state.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah. Oh no. See,
baby.
that's
I'm
that's
not
what
even
that's
gonna.
what that's. She said classes in session.
I'm like, just let it go. So when somebody's loud and wrong,
Yeah.
let it be. Let it
Let
fly.
yeah, yeah, let it be. You know, it
You think
usually is a
you're
lot
right?
of people in the room that just be so wrong half the time.
Yeah, like you say
So,
the sky is green, I just say okay.
all
That's
right,
fine.
yeah, yep. The sky is green. It's also purple, orange, brown.
It could be during the sunset,
Right? It's
depending on
gold.
where the equator is or whatever.
Right?
If
You know what I'm
you want to get into the
saying?
solar system.
The Earth is round, not
Hmm.
flat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just let them.
Yeah, I just let you. I let
Yeah,
you sound smart. I'm not gonna
yeah,
correct you.
you know, because you don't want to be corrected anyway. So what's the point? Like,
Right? Because we're gonna argue. Oh, how you gonna
she
tell?
said, it could be.
Like I notice people do like going back and forth. I just look at you and it's like
Yeah,
I'm
that's.
not going back and forth with you. You're going back with yourself. So it's like, okay, you're
Make sure
right. I'm wrong. I get it.
Make sure you guys check out the website monumentalpodcast.com. Go get your free consultation set up. Grab the books. I do have them in PDF format for you guys on the website. If you guys want the physical copy, I haven't yet to figure out how to put it on the website, but I'm working on it.
See,
But
I
if you
can't.
want the physical copies, go on Amazon.
Hmm. See, I'm so old school. I can't do like Kindles and stuff. I'm like, I feel like
Yeah,
I'm on
no,
my phone or a tablet. I'm like, give me a real book. I can't do
that's
it.
why I gave everybody options, right? You can
Yeah.
have the PDF versions or you can have the actual physical copies. I have paperbacks and hardcover copies of most of my books anyway.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys are following me on Amazon on my author bio so that way you can know exactly when I drop or release something. Gives you a notification. So, you know what I'm saying? I was saying that today. I cannot stand people that do that, know the difference between the two. Yeah, well, no, between two, and two.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, what's it? They are, and there. I'm like, oh boy. Ooh.
Here, on that note, I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for being intentional about yourself, being intentional about your healing, being intentional about your journey, and most importantly, being intentional about God. Thank you guys for giving me your time and your presence. Is always felt, is always appreciated.
Mhm.
Victoria, you already know what it is. I appreciate you always. You know, so
Always.
continue to keep being great.
Thank
Continue to
you.
keep being strong. Do not let anybody silence you, no matter if
Oh
they're
no.
listening to you or not.
Oh yeah, no. I'm already the enemy at work. It's cool. I
You know
could
what
be
I'm
the
saying?
enemy.
You too, Lala. I appreciate you. In a world full of negativity, make sure y'all choose love and love on purpose. Keep life simple. Love is the glue. Respect is the flavor. You dig, you dig, you dig. Make sure y'all live within your value energy. And I pity the fool who doesn't mind their mental. Peace.